Hey guys, today we get a major update on the Logan Paul vs. CoffeeZilla case. To understand why this update is so important, you have to understand the case was paused for a long period of time. The court agreed with CoffeeZilla and his attorneys that they would see what happened in another case. That other case, of course, being Holland, which is Attorney Tom. Attorney Tom has a video on the refiling of the claims. In that case, Logan Paul also has a video. So depending on whose video you watch, it's night and day. Logan Paul's video declares victory, that he was not a scammer, and that the whole crypto zoo thing was not his fault. It was all these other people's fault and involvement. Jake Greenbaum. There were Eddie Abenaz. There was a lot of blame shifting. Then if you look at Attorney Tom, he's saying, oh, we just refiled the claim, everything is good to go. Now, it's 2.5 years later. Part of the argument and why there was a stay means nothing happens, and that's good. A stay is in the advantage of CoffeeZilla. CoffeeZilla wanted the stay. That means there are no other legal fees, there's no deposition, interrogatories, there's no discovery mechanics happening. Essentially, it will save you money until the stay is over. Best case for CoffeeZilla was stay the case. Hopefully, Attorney Tom and Holland, his client. It is a class action, so there are more than just one client. There's many clients, but Holland is the main client. They beat Logan Paul and proved that Crypto Zoo was a scam, and more importantly, Logan Paul was a scammer. They were unable to do that, and now they have a back filing date. So they had to redo their claims, refile, and start over again 2.5 years into it. So part of the argument that CoffeeZilla's attorneys presented was, hey, that case came down first, which it did. Before Logan Paul sued CoffeeZilla for defamation, there was already a pending case where Holland sued Logan Paul for Crypto Zoo being essentially a scam and Logan Paul being responsible in part for that scam. Best case result was Logan Paul, that Holland and Attorney Tom proved Logan Paul was a scammer. They have, to this point, been unable to do so. Now, they did refile their claims, but it's 2.5 years later. This is not going to do CoffeeZilla any good. So now we are back to the case. The stay has been over. It was a nice vacation from legal bills. And when you're dealing with somebody like Logan Paul, really wealthy, multiple law firms, I think 3 different law firms, he's not worried about money. In fact, just recently, he was bidding $50,000 on a Kabuto Pokemon card, which is a common Pokemon card. For charity, of course, but nonetheless, he is not, $50,000 to him is a drop in the bucket. To CoffeeZilla, it is a lot of money. So in this battle, it favors Logan Paul because he has more money, he has more attorneys, and he is used to being sued so much, which is a great benefit in terms of his mental health, right? So mentally, this must be very draining on CoffeeZilla. It's not draining on somebody who is being sued or suing so many different individuals. One other really important thing to note is once this case gets in discovery, that's when the real money will be spent. A lot of money. CoffeeZilla has spent a lot of money. I believe the strategy is to basically make him spend all the money. That even if Logan Paul were to eventually lose, the main loser would be CoffeeZilla from a monetary and financial standpoint. And this is being played out right now. The longer the case goes, the stronger Logan Paul gets because this doesn't bother him at all. He has 3 different law firms that handle it. I'm sure that he gets a summary email before every large invoice. And that's one of the problems, especially with defamation, is defamation lawsuits take a lot of time. And in lawsuits that take a lot of time, the person who has the most money has a huge advantage over the person who does not. And defamation is such kind of a vague type of lawsuit that you can sue anyone for defamation and drag the case out super long. It should be interesting to see how discovery works out due to the nature of CryptoZoo being international. There are victims that are all over in New Zealand and Spain. What testimonies and what depositions they give and what evidence they collect and how they felt is going to be really important to the future of the case. Whether or not they were deceived, did they think it was a gamble? Did they really believe it was a game? Did they invest because there was a game? It will be interesting. Of course, Logan Paul is going to challenge, and this is why having someone going against someone with as much money as Logan Paul is difficult in the current legal system. He has the money to challenge everything instead of making the case really quick. So sometimes you have both parties just want to get the facts out there and they just want to figure out what is the truth behind it, and they will finish discovery very fast. This is not one of those cases. As the longer discovery goes, it favors Logan Paul every step of the way. Money is money is money. I mean, I wish that in our legal system, money wasn't such a big role in who wins and who loses, but to be quite frank, it is a very important thing. And draining somebody, one of the clearest strategies I'm seeing used here is CoffeeZilla is self-funding. He's done a fundraiser a little bit for t-shirts and mugs. But Logan Paul has just so much money. Like, is it really possible for CoffeeZilla to beat Logan Paul financially? No. I hope CoffeeZilla is able to present his truth and his evidence. I think his evidence is much better. But to get to that point, you have to survive what is often the most expensive part of a lawsuit, discovery. And no matter how much internet people, Attorney Tom, or Legal Eagle say that Logan Paul is going to lose, you have to get to that point. You have to get to a trial. To get to a trial, given all the delays and potential, it's almost like you can drown someone out in paperwork. You can drown someone out in motions. You can question everything they do, and that's what Logan Paul is doing. And even if he loses these motions, it still takes weeks, if not months, for a judge to make a decision on it, and there'll just be another motion later. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hi, guys.